Welcome to the Community Collective Podcast, a flip-flop agent production in collaboration with the Davison Area Chamber of Commerce. I am your host, Johnny B. Good. Well, it's happened again. Another day, another client, another round of showings for me and my clients. I am out and about, taking care of the day job, and my buddy Travis, my partner in crime, my co-host extraordinaire, the executive director for the Davison Area Chamber of Commerce, is conducting another amazing podcast interview today with the Community Collective. On today's episode, he is speaking with Andrea Schroeder, who is the city manager for the city of Davison, our lovely city of flags. So him and Andrea are going to talk about all the amazing things that are going on in the community, upcoming projects, things they're proud of, things that are happening. There's going to be lots and lots of information in this episode. So buckle in. Let's talk to Andrea.
Well, good morning and welcome to another edition of the Community Collective, hosted by myself, Travis Howe, the Executive Director of the Davison Area Chamber. Unfortunately, Johnny B. Good is out working today and selling some homes. So I am excited. Our guest today is Andrea Schroeder, who wears so many hats throughout Davison.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm glad that you invited me.
Yeah, so Andrea, for anyone who doesn't know, Andrea is the current City of Davison's clerk and city manager. So she knows basically everything that's going on everywhere and is an amazing person just to get to know. So Andrea, so how are you this morning?
I'm doing well. It's a good Monday so far. So we're out moving and everything's good.
Good. Hey, we will start off with the first question, which we always really enjoy asking people because it gives us a chance to really get to know you. Andrea, what is your background? What have you done over the years for work experience and everything?
I can tell you this, I've only ever worked in Davison, so I'm very proud of that. My first 5 years was with the Davison Area Fire Department as full-time work. From there, I was hired at the DPW for the city of Davison and did that for almost 10 years. And then from there, I moved to the clerk's position. And in December of 17, I moved to the city manager's position.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so when in all of those different roles, those are all completely different from each other. Is there one that really stuck out there like, I really enjoyed this and I learned so much from this role over the years with the city?
Every role has differences. So I think some of the things I've enjoyed the most is one, the interaction with the people from Davison, whether it be business owners or residents or our employees. So that's always been fun to me and exciting. But also I like to write grants. So I started that when I went to the DPW and they were in the process of building the water treatment plant. So that's how I kind of got started with grant writing. So I do enjoy that. But every position that I've worked has something different to offer. And so there's something I liked in all of it. And I love Davison. So I'm glad that I've been able to stay and build here and where I live, work, play. It's been a great opportunity for me.
I also feel that in your current role, that working for the Davison Fire Department and DPW, that gave you a great background just of knowledge to help you in your current roles that you hold right now, I would think.
Absolutely. Yes. Everything that I've learned from past experiences in those different positions has definitely helped me get to where I am today. So I feel pretty fortunate that I've worked my way up through the chain here at Davison. So that's something for me that I'm very proud of. But we also have the council's great, and we also have great employees and department heads, and the work can't get done without them. So it's really a group effort.
Oh, I know when I've interacted with anyone from the city, because I always have tons of questions or just in my current role, just learn what's going on or what I need to do. Everybody has been so helpful. And I think you guys have a great team that has experience in the city have worked their way up or doing what they're doing. And that's been beneficial for myself and I'm sure the residents, which that's amazing. You guys have a great team there.
I think so. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. So building on that, when you first got started, with the fire department. How did you find out about it? How were you interested in it? What got you saying, hey, I want to be involved and work for the city of Davison?
So when I got started, actually, I was engaged to my husband, and he was a fireman at Davison. So I
Okay.
had found out that they were going to hire their first full-time clerk there. So I was interested in doing something like I thought maybe that I'd like to work for municipality. I was still going to college to get my degree, so I do have a degree in business administration. And so I applied for that position and I did get it. So I started right after we were married
Wow.
and then stayed there for 5 years. And then that's when I moved to the DPW. A position came open at the DPW at the city. And so that's when I
Okay.
moved there.
Wow. I'm sure a great experience when you're first getting married, that you're working with your spouse, and then getting to be involved and know what they're talking about when they come home. And you guys just share that passion for
Yeah,
serving, which
yeah.
is great.
And I did get to run dispatch then. I was pretty involved with the day-to-days, and then I did the report, so it was very helpful. Then I really knew what was going on. Eric and I didn't see each other every time because he had a full-time job and fire department was his secondary paid on call position.
Okay. Yeah. Andrew, I know you've already mentioned a few of things, but what do you enjoy the most about Davison?
I love the friendliness, the caring of the community. The residents and business owners are great. We have a lot to offer in Davison. And I think that's really important and it keeps people coming back that aren't from our community. I think our schools are a huge asset. And I also think that the way we work together in the Davison area, because Richfield Township, Davison Township, the city of Davison, we're all in the 48423 zip code and with the schools, and we all work together really well. And I think that's really important for all.
I could not agree more with you. I think the fire department is a great example. Since it's the Davison Richfield Fire Department, that's an example of three communities that have come together for a service they need, but they've come together and they're sharing services. And then the schools, that's a whole community even stretching further right there. And I love that. I love that we can all work together for our community. And it is. I moved here. My wife grew up somewhat close to the area, so we chose Davison for our family. And it has been the best choice we've made just because it is. It's so friendly. There's always new things going on to offer kind of all avenues or all types of people here, which is great. Yeah. So one thing that I've always been really fascinated with and interested in learning about is the city of Davison has an award-winning drinking water program, don't they?
We do. We
Oh,
absolutely do. We're very proud of that here at Davison City.
yeah. So can you tell me a little bit about what do you guys do? What went into this? And like, what do you do in the community with the drinking water program?
So the city of Davison has been members of this for quite a while. So the state of Michigan assists local communities in utilizing groundwater and surface water for their drinking water supply system and protecting the water source. So we apply for that grant every year. We've been applying for it for and luckily received it every time that we have applied for it. So it's just in educating and making sure that our sources stay clean. It's a 50-50 match. So they provide matching funds to us and we have to make sure that we can also have the matching funds for whatever we're going to put into it. The goals of the project are to provide incentives for financial assistance for the development and implementation of source water protection program to facilitate us as a public water system in the area to reduce any risks that there would be to our water supply.
Okay.
So some of the things that we do that have been a lot of fun over the years is we do a lot of educational things. So we go to the middle school once a year and we go through every seventh grade science class and we see between 400 and 450 students in a day. And we just talk about Davison water and how to keep it clean in different areas of that so they can ask questions. We go over what it's like to be a DPW work and things of that nature. So that's a fun day for us. We also do a calendar contest. We changed it up a little this year. We're going to do kindergarten through fourth grade for that. And that's a lot of fun too. The pictures that we get are great. We have a wellhead protection or a source water protection team. So we meet quarterly and we get those together and we go through the pictures and we pick pictures for every month. And whoever wins the cover wins $50 as well. But every person that gets picked gets a couple calendars for their family to take home. And then we also usually try to do 6 honorable mentions on the back. So that's a lot of fun. And then we
Yes.
also, yeah. And then
Yeah.
we
So
also,
here's a quick question on that part. I'm sorry.
go ahead.
So when you guys do have these calendars, how does a resident get one? How do people find out about them?
Yeah.
What goes on with the calendars? Yeah.
So the calendars, we do send a lot of them to the schools because the teachers like them, especially if one of their students was picked to have a picture in the calendar. So we leave them there, but we also hand them out here at City Hall for any of the ones that we have left over, so anybody can come in and get them.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And then we follow the school calendar year. So that's how we start. We usually start in August and then go through until July. And we have homecoming on there and different dates on the calendar that we know of through the school system.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah,
It's
we
like-
work together as partners.
Yeah, information our residents need to know about to just enjoy not only what I guess these students have done creativity wise, but also learn about the drinking water and then also be aware of community events going on, which that's an amazing thing. Andrea, how
Yeah.
did you guys come up with the idea to do a count?
You know, when we get together, and I sit on the board for Michigan Rural Water Association, and I have for years. And so we talk with just different communities because it's hard to come up with ideas sometimes and funding. And so we talked, and some other communities were doing the calendar contest. So I thought, why not? Let's try it. And it's been very successful, very successful.
Okay.
And the other
yeah.
thing that we do is a t-shirt contest. And this year it's going to be for 5th through 8th graders. And so whoever's picked, it'll be one person for the design of the front of the t-shirt. We'll put the year of that graduating class on the shoulder or somewhere on there. There's specific instructions they need to follow, but whoever's picked will also win $50. And then everyone in that class the following August or September will get a t-shirt.
Oh,
that.
wow. That's fun. That's an example, like you mentioned earlier, of everyone working together. This is one you're involving some of our youngest members of our community and showing them how important it is to just be involved and get excited about what's going on. And I think that makes it fun for them too. And it gets the parents excited.
They share it, they take it home and they share it. We do know that. And then I always tell them when we meet with the 7th graders or anybody that's young, we tell them, you're not going to be 7th graders forever. You're going to be out on your own one day. And we teach them about the environment and community and cleaning, keeping things clean and natural and protecting our source of our good water. So it's a really good thing that we do. And when we go into the science classes at Davison Middle School, they all get a baggie of little goodies. So they get a sponge,
Nice.
a pen, a stylus pen, Pop-Its. So they get little different things every year, and the students really enjoy that as well.
Yeah, I would imagine. So you gave us an update on what the city's drinking water programs, but do you have any other type of updates or information that residents might be interested in knowing about the city has going on coming up this year, or what you guys are up to right now that residents might want to know about?
Yes, actually, this week it'll be the contest for the best tasting water in the state. So we're hoping to do well there. We're very proud to say that out of any other community in Michigan, we've won 3 times. So that's very
That is
exciting and very something that we're very proud of here, and everybody should be. We will also be doing a few projects this year. They might probably be more like the 23-24 fiscal year, but one of them is going to be West Flint Street is going to be resurfaced from M15 to the city limit, and that will either be the end of 23, more like 24, because Consumers is now coming in to replace a gas main on Flint Street that has been in there since 1928.
Oh my
So
goodness.
we're going to wait for them to
It's-
get their work done, and then we are going to proceed with our project. And with that being said, we're also going to try to resurface 4th Street from M15 to Davison Street. And then we are also going to do on West Flint Street, and I'm sure many people that have lived here for a long time will know that we have had many water main breaks just past west of Aloha. Street. So we are going to be doing what's called a water interconnect, and that is going to be a collaboration with Davison Township, Genesee County Water Waste, and the city of Davison to get that fixed. And then we'll be working on that, and that'll probably be spring of next year as well. So that'll fix the water main breaks so we don't have those as
Wow,
often.
this
So those are
this
some of the
is
bigger projects we have going on.
yeah. I mean, that shows the long-term investment the city is putting in to the community. It might inconvenience people for a little while, but in the long run, it makes our lives better and
For
makes
sure.
the area
That's
so much more appealing, which is the ultimate goal, I feel like, of a municipality, is to just be there, let residents know they care, and that you're putting time and money and effort into improving everything that you can.
Absolutely. Just like when we piggybacked on the project this last year with MDOT at Clark Street, M15 and Clark Street. What a great project. It was a little dicey at times because it was a big and the length of time it took, but in the end, it's beautiful and it's working out really well.
Good. So this is our question that we always like to end with, that I think I enjoy myself the most, because you really get to learn more about our guest. What is an interesting or funny story that you could share about your time with the city of Davison?
I really don't have anything too specific. My day-to-day changes, so there's a lot of interesting parts of my job. I think that all of us here as a staff, we just try to have fun every day and have a good time. We really are a great family, work family here, and we support each other, which is wonderful. So I'd have to say that's a feel good for me here at the city, and always has been, more than having a specific story or anything that I would have.
And I think that's an important part right there for people to know, is that it's a work family. And that is something I think that's important to everybody, is when you get a chance to develop those relationships and really get to know someone that you're working with day to day, and just make it an enjoyable work environment, whether you're laughing about something or working together to accomplish a big project. That's great, Andrea. I love that to hear. That's what your team is, just focus on, just doing the best that you guys can for the residents, but you're enjoying what you're doing with each other as a team.
Absolutely. I think so too. I'm very
Yeah.
lucky, and Davison's fortunate, so we're happy about it.
Good. Andrea, I thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to join us on the Community Collective and just share everything Davison with us. And
Well, thank you very
yeah,
much.
we look forward to continuing working with you and getting downtown, and encouraging people to get downtown and enjoy all the businesses that are down there, and just stop in and do a friendly hello to the city of Davison people when you're down there too.
Absolutely. Stop in and see us. We'd love to see you.
I told you that was going to be an action-packed, informative episode. Man, oh man, that one did not disappoint. A huge, huge, huge thank you to Andrea Schroeder for taking time out of her extremely busy schedule there with the city to spend 20 minutes with Travis talking about all of the projects that are coming up. Man, I cannot believe the things that are going on in the community as we continue to grow, as we continue to flourish. I mean, these are things, yeah, they can be a little bit inconvenient at times, but that's part of growth. And the city of Davison, Davison Township, Richfield Township, this area is growing. Every day there's new businesses, new projects, new people coming in town. It's so great to see. Our community continues to grow, continues to flourish, and we are all so thankful to be a part of it. So that is another great episode. We are so excited for some upcoming episodes that we have, so definitely stay tuned. If you have any suggestions for people you'd like us to talk to, issues you want us to discuss, or have questions for either Travis or myself, we'd be happy to answer them. You can reach us, just email us, podcast, PODCAST, at flipflopagent.com. Podcast at flipflopagent.com. Drop us a line. Let us know what you guys want to hear, because we're doing this podcast for you guys. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the Community Collective podcast. I am your host, Johnny B. Good. We'll see you on the next one.